Oh, Red Hat is the
Yep.
devil.
Uh,
So the original one was Ubuntu was the devil, and that was
yep.
my second video to go
Well,
viral.
Red.
And that video I've actually privated since because it was a 16-minute rant of how Ubuntu's Satan incarnate. But I mean, it was kind of like tongue in cheek. Some people took it pretty
Yep.
literal, but there was, probably 4 or 5 good points of bad
Mhm.
things Ubuntu's done in the past.
Yep.
And I privated the video because one, it took me a long time to get to the point, and I rewatched it back when it like started. The algorithm took it again like last year, I think it was, and started putting it out there. I was like, oh my god, this is so cringe. I'm just gonna private it. It had, I think, 800 or 900,000 views when I privated the video, and I was like, oh geez, all right, we're gonna take that down. And I had like relationship with some other folks, like I on the Kubuntu team and some other folks, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take that down because it's just a little bit too cringe. Not that I have softened my stance too much on Ubuntu and Canonical, because I actually just got flack, and I actually wanted to ask you a question on this, Brody.
Yes.
Was it clickbait? Right? It's like you have to do clickbait, but you have to do good clickbait. I think is the gist of it in the YouTuber land.
Yeah, I do have my thoughts on this, but I want to see where you're going with this.
So I made a video today because I've been live streaming, and I've just been doing clips on like my secondary channel, Titus Tech Talk. And I made a video today called Ubuntu bans Flatpak. And you have you heard of this yet?
Yeah,
the news of this.
I think my video on this just went out today, actually.
Oh, you just did a video on it. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember when I upload stuff. Yeah, I upload my video today.
Okay, sweet. Well, I have a video out that came out today as well, and that was the title. And the gist of it was Ubuntu went and removed it from any pre-installed distro and said, hey, Lubuntu, Kubuntu, Xbuntu, all of them can't bundle Flatpak with it. So they effectively banned it from the install. But they also, going forward on the software store, aren't allowing Flatpak on it. So I said, well, that sounds like a ban to me. So that's the title of the video. Given the context, your thoughts?
I not even intentionally talking shit about your video. I actually did talk shit about it because Joey Snedden in OMG Ubuntu's in the OMG Ubuntu article used exactly that line. So also apparently throw shit at you.
Let's hear it. Come on, give it to me, man. It's okay. You're not gonna piss me off. Trust me. I got thick skin. I've been on YouTube for 4.5 years. I've heard all kinds of shit.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure your comments are a fun place, especially doing a mix of Windows and Linux stuff.
Oh yeah. It's a blast.
I tend to save the like hyper clickbait for my thumbnails, which annoys people enough. Like my thumbnail for that one is embrace snaps or face my wrath.
I like it. I like that better. That's nice. It's more tasteful than me, that's for sure.
I tend to, I don't know. When it's clickbait, I think a lot of people sort of misunderstand clickbait. There is being straight up lied to, and there's encouraging you to click. Like there is a article...
Yeah, if you put like a very attractive female on the cover, when you have a 98% male audience, you know your click rate, your CTR is going to be going through the roof, and you're like, all right, sweet. But then if you don't deliver on that image, that is clickbait because it's complete lie.
Another good example is there was a ZDNet article that got attention from the Asahi Linux devs. Have you heard of the project?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, cool,
yeah,
cool.
M2 basically, or M1,
okay,
M2,
awesome.
Linux. Yeah.
They have an article titled Linux 6.2, the first mainstream Linux kernel for Apple M1 chips arrives. Now, the important part of that is the mainstream Linux kernel. The 6.2 kernel does not have the keyboard or the trackpad drivers upstreamed. This is not even remotely close to a mainstream kernel. I think when it's like that, it's a flat out lie. When it's, and I'm not a big fan of doing that. when it's like, sort of when it's a ban, like it's kind of like bending what's happening. It's not
Right.
like
An experienced user can go and install it.
yeah.
So it's not necessarily banned.
Because it's banned
But
from
in that respect, an experienced user is not going to be installing Ubuntu.
It's fair to say that it's banned from the defaults of the flavors. That is I think because of that, it's kind of like it's still clickbaity in a way, but it's not so far that I would personally have an issue with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was going back and forth with somebody in the comments, which I think it was Don McInnes. You probably know Don. He's probably been around your forums.
Let's find out.
I bet he's a Patreon. I remember Don, and I can't hide his comments or anything. I'm never gonna. If he watches this video, Don, I get it, man. And he went on like this huge rant. I read all of it, by the way, in the comment section. And I didn't hide the comment. I was like, I'll just leave it there.
Sure.
I responded to him and I was like, I agree with my title. I stand on it. Because at the end of the day, if nobody clicks on your videos, what the hell are you doing making videos?
Yeah.
And if you do, hey, Ubuntu now is forcing, I'm already over like 5 words and I've lost 50% of the population. And that's just the stark reality of YouTube, in my opinion. Now, these long podcasts, you could do pretty much any title and you can have long, in-depth conversations because your attention span of your viewers are much longer.
I just put Titus Tech in the title and then people click.
Yeah. You just put Titus Tech exposed. There you go. I'll help write the title for you, man. Get you tons of clicks. Yes. But yeah, man. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast, and it's always this line I straddle, and it's always a gray area for me. There obviously has to be some truth to it, and I always refer back to a Veritasium video of good clickbait, and that's usually my guiding like North Star when doing a title and a thumbnail. It has to be clickable, and sometimes it's difficult to establish those realms where it's like I get that's going to piss people off, but at the same time that's kind of the point. Because if the worst video you can make, I always tell people this, the worst video you can make is one where nobody feels anything. That video will do horrible because no one likes the video. Nobody dislikes the video. Typically, the videos people like the most are also the videos people dislike the most. And that's like that line.
Yeah, no, I put out a video recently called Linux's most degenerate terminal application. That's a video that recently did pretty well. It's
what was it? I gotta know now.
It's an application called Shell Mummy. Every time you run a command, it'll be like, you're a good boy. Like if a command fails, you're like, oh, it's okay. Next time we'll be better. And I started the video.
Go install that tonight.
I changed it before the video started to Discord Kitten just to annoy as many people as possible.
Oh man. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's great. That was very intriguing. So I get it. But
I like throwing out random videos like that just from time to time. Because, it's one thing to be like, I'm just going to do serious videos, but I like to just throw in some fun ones there. Even if it might just... Before there was a dog barking, now the alarm next door is going off. Whatever. I like to throw out videos that are just fun, that might be kind of experimental. Because those are the ones where it's like, this is either going to do really well, or no one's going to care.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I usually, if I feel a little bit uneasy about the video and I have to watch it a couple times, those are the videos that I always try and put out.
Yeah,
ones where I'm kind of on the line. If I make a video and I'm like, yeah, that's good, and people are going to get value out of that.
Sure.
I know those videos aren't going to do very well. And usually that's just because of the nature of it. It was a very safe video, pretty straightforward. I'm just usually doing a tutorial in those videos,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's it. But the problem with just doing those videos is you're not able to instill much of your personality,
Mm.
have a little bit more fun with it, and kind of explore some of these other things. And that's always kind of difficult for me. I kind of waffled a lot especially in my early days, because I struggled. Hell, even today, I still struggle with
Mhm.
that. Where I'm like, okay, I want to make a good video, and for a while there, I was just churning out tutorial videos with me smiling on in almost every thumbnail. And then finally, I read a comment, and someone was like, "Dude, you got to do something different with your thumbnails. You just smiling in the
Yeah,
thumbnail just
I
is
saw your
bad."
thumbnails for a while. I was like, wow, it's the same face, but it's not the same picture.
Yes, I was like a robot for a little bit there, man, just like churning it out for the
Mhm.
thing.